And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the German Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Sentinels. It is ShoWTimE. Here we go. Okay, we have our semis, we have our PvP. herO renowned for his PvP, but again, anything can and will happen in these kind of matchups. Bearing in mind that ShoWTimE can be a very aggressive and very chaotic player in this matchup as well. ShoWTimE, sure, he's known for some more macro play in other matchups, like against against Zerg or against Terran, but in PvP, ShoWTimE, he does get down and dirty. Like, he becomes an animal and he can be hyper aggressive. And very often does cheese, does all in. So we'll see how herO can keep up. As our probes, they move out across the map. And probes, they move out. With this, both players will confirm the lack of any kind of proxy, as the second pylon will be thrown down. Yep, there it is. Second pylon for ShoWTimE and second pylon for herO here at the ramp. Bearing in mind that herO, he's been very fond of this as of late. If you recall, we did actually comment on this over the weekend when he played against Classic in that PvP. But herO, he has been going more and more often for this in-base wall, or this in-base kind of production setup, where he's got his 2-gate opener, but it's next to his gas geyser. Once again, to reiterate, technically this is more efficient than ShoWTimE's build, technically, but there are some downsides as well. So the pros, the upside of this is that it takes less time for your worker to go back to mining. So your gateways, your pylon, your cyber core, it's all closer to your mineral patches, so you can just go back to mining almost immediately, whereas there's more time and more distance here for ShoWTimE. But the other upside, of course, is that if ShoWTimE went for an all-in, the production is safe. If this was a proxy robo one base all-in, the Immortals, they typically do push up the ramp and they typically do focus down the first 2 gateways, but here with this kind of setup, your production is safer. True, your production is safer. The downside, of course, is that you have to invest more into a wall-off. It means that Adepts can get more damage done. So Adept Shades can be very annoying, they can be very frustrating. herO going for a Stargate into Expand. So 2-gate opener into a Stargate. Meanwhile, ShoWTimE going straight for his own Nexus. He's built up his Stalkers. Opted not to go into Adepts. If you remember, Estrella, especially a couple of years ago when he was competing on a regular basis, Estrella was also very fond of this kind of build and this kind of style. ShoWTimE is going for his own proxy pylon to reinforce. He's moving out. He does have that Stalker advantage. Nice hallucination. Can he tank some of those shots? He's hoping to. Sentry taking a lot of hits. Oh, Sentry goes down. Takes down the Sentry. Hallucinations do end up tanking. And here is holding. I mean, again, he's got a shield battery. Force field locks down 2 of the Stalkers. Okay, he gets 2. 1, 2 Stalkers go down. Very nice damage. ShoWTimE he reinforces with that proxy pylon. And here is getting bullied. Once again, nice force field locking down the Sentry. Locking down all the probes. At the same time, the Oracle did try to poke in. ShoWTimE he's ready with his shield battery. So limited losses. Losing only 2. Losing only 2 probes. Meanwhile, 7 probes go down for herO. Stalker's falling as well. Does he have a force field? Up, barely not. Barely does. Misplaced. Yeah, a little bit misplaced there. Was not able to block off the Stalkers. But still a better fight for ShoWTimE. Still a better engage. He's still warping in. Well, second Oracle has arrived. Gets into the main. Remember, 2 Oracles, a one-shot. Yeah, the shield battery does not do enough. That's going to be 5 probe kills. 5, 6, 7. Oh, 7 probes go down. Does snipe one of the oracles. And we're getting messy. We're getting messy here. Initially, ShoWTimE did an amazing amount of damage here at the natural. That is true, but herO, he has reciprocated, and herO actually takes the lead. herO, he's now got 31 probes to the 28 of ShoWTimE. What does ShoWTimE have over herO? Blink. Blink is on the way to being chronoed as we speak. Remember, why does herO not have Blink? The Stargate. He went for the Stargate, went for the oracles. He just lost 2 oracles himself. So herO, he does have a weaker army, and there's going to be a big power spike when Blink kicks in. So ShoWTimE is building up towards that Blink timing. You can see herO getting ready for some harass. He's got 2 adepts on the left. He's got another oracle here on the right. And ideally, herO wants to wait for ShoWTimE to move out. And if he can do so, he can buy more time, right? Because it'll force ShoWTimE to turn back around. herO, oh no! He goes too far in. Yeah, he goes too far in. I thought it was going in for a revelation. Oof. So big waste there for herO. Oracle goes down. herO, yep, he's desperate. Went behind a Dark Shrine. He's going for the Dark Shrine. The adepts, they get spotted. Misses the shade. Gets 1, gets 2. Getting up to 3. Barely 3 probes. And now it's go time. Right now it's go time. There's no oracle to keep ShoWTimE busy. There's no adepts. He's rallying everything across the map. Dark Shrine is still not even halfway done. And technically, ShoWTimE, he has no detection. Remember, there's no robo. There's no robo, there's no Stargate. 0 detection for ShoWTimE. DTs could work, but they're not ready yet. Yeah, they're not ready. herO, once again, trying to go for the backstab. Adepts are moving out. He's throwing down shield batteries. He's got 3, 4 shield batteries set up. And herO, can he hold? Ooh, a bit of miscontrol. Yeah, ShoWTimE, he does slip up a little bit, distracted by the adepts. Again, with 4 batteries, herO is holding. And if he can survive until DTs... Oh, but he has no proxy. Yeah, he has no proxy. The Dark Shrine is now done. herO, he does hold. He holds, he defends. Oh, he bullies these stalkers. Yeah, the blink control is just not there. And the DC's warp in. And again, imagine if there was a proxy, if there was a pylon out on the map, then this could be doing damage already, but now there's an observer on the way. ShoWTimE got the robo. He's getting his observer, and this DT will not get any... Oh, it shouldn't get much damage done. Had potential. Had potential. But it does hit too late. Nice catch here by ShoWTimE. Kills 1 Dark Templar. Remember, herO still does not have Blink. As the DT once again doesn't really get much damage. But herO is holding on. Oh, and does get some extra shots off. So herO is setting up his 3rd base behind this, going into going into Shadow Stride. At this point, he's just skipping Blink. He's skipping Blink, going straight into charge. So skipping tech, building up into mass zealots, into eventually archons. Ooh, as herO, he tries to engage. Charge just not finishing. Nice pickups. Takes over the ramp. herO's gonna keep pushing. Bold move. And maybe overextending for a moment. Pulls away at the same time. DT does hit the mineral line. Actually finding some damage this time. 5 probes. Okay. Finally some damage. Again, ShoWTimE was distracted. And that momentum that ShoWTimE once had isn't really there anymore. Sure, he still has Blink Stalkers, but hasn't really achieved too much with it. Gets 1 probe. It's 1 probe, pulls away. Cancels the pylon. herO technically is massing up a superior army in a head-on fight. Again, Mass Zealot does outtrade against Stalkers. If they don't have Blink. Ooh, I believe that one. Late Blink there from ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE's going to calm down. And thankfully he does have his Temple Archives. The Archives just now finished and we should be seeing some Archons morphed in soon. That's going to be the counter to the Mass Zealot. It's going to be those Archons. Oof. ShoWTimE has to back off. DTs, they try to slip in. No High Templar yet. Yeah, Temple Archives is complete. There we go. Here come the first set of Temple. Oh no, he's supplied. Oh god. Brutal supply look for ShoWTimE, so no Archons are going to be a little bit delayed. Thankfully, herO isn't pushing. Thankfully. As hero's just calming down, slowly building up. He morphs in his own Archons from his Dark Templar. And who do we favor in a head-on fight? Well, ShoWTimE will have a stronger timing eventually with +2, right? +2 is halfway done. Here he has not begun. +2 himself. Not begun. When it comes to the army sizes here, herO has a slight Zealot lead. herO has Immortals. And herO has a slight Archon lead as well. It all comes down to the engage. He kites back to his Archons. Ooh, Stalkers, they blink forward. And it's going to be 2 Stalkers going down. ShoWTimE is going to calm down, but does have to calm down. So the armies, they bounce off each other. Again, here he's still kind of banking on that higher immortal count. Getting tense. So when it comes to the main engage, ShoWTimE's army is more mobile. He does have a higher Stalker count, so he has more Blink Stalkers. He can kind of poke in and try to snipe some high-tech units. Meanwhile, we do see herO with a higher Immortal and Archon count, so in a head-on fight, I do kind of favor herO that much more, but it also does depend on the main engagement here, because herO, he has no Zealots. They're all across the map. He has no buffer. And herO, he's about to get caught out. Ooh, he's getting caught out. Big engage here from ShoWTimE. He blinks in and he gets 1. He gets 2. He's going to get everything. Yeah, so herO caught completely with his pants down. The pants are down, papi. And everything falls. And that's going to be game. herO sure he goes for a Zealot run by, but there's a recall back home. And herO, he lost everything. The Prism goes down. The Warpin is denied. And again, herO, who's just playing with fire, he should not have been out here in the open. He lost everything. Dark Templar, sure, they're causing a distraction, but you can see just here a plummet in supply. Again, he lost all of his Archons, he lost all of his Immortals. That was what? That was 4 Archons and 3 Immortals. And that's not coming back. Like, you're not coming back from that. Like, no shot. No shot. See herO going for 2 run-bys at the same time. He's hoping to try to buy some time. And ShoWTimE is just going for the kill. He's going for the kill, going for the throats. Takes out the 4th, can keep pushing into the 3rd. Bearing in mind that recall is on cooldown for both players, actually. Recall's on cooldown. ShoWTimE, we gotta commit. As hero's best chance is going for the base trade. Some more bases are going down. And again, here he does break the 3rd. Does break the 3rd base. And ShoWTimE turns around. Okay, he's turning around, he's racing back home. Again, in a head-on fight, ShoWTimE will win. Recall is still on cooldown. That's a lot of Dark Templar. Uh-oh. Where are the observers? Okay, there we go. Observers, they peel off. Observers do defend. And here he's just helping some copium at this point. He's got a couple of stalkers. His goal is probably to kill the observer, but GG gets called, and ShoWTimE, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. ShoWTimE does take a lead in the series. Again, herO, he was holding his own, and we did have a back and forth. Things were getting chaotic. Probes were going down. ShoWTimE had a lead early on, then he lost that lead. herO did bounce back, and again, towards that deciding moment, things could have gone either way, but herO did decide to move out. He moved out with his main army, and as we were trying to emphasize, herO's main army was vulnerable because all of his zealots were going for a run by. He was going for a massive zealot run by, so he had no buffer, he had no support, he was kind of naked out in the center of the map, and he got caught out by ShoWTimE. GG, well played. ShoWTimE takes a lead in the series, and now we're getting into game number 2. Sometimes one fight is all it takes, especially when you're so heavily reliant on these high-tech units like Archons, like Immortals. And with that, we're getting into game 2. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Team T1. Down in the series, it is a herO. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss himself, the German Protoss representing Sentinels. It is ShoWTimE. Here we go. Because we are going to be setting up. Monday already? Yeah, it is Monday here. It's Monday. It's almost midday. We're 12 hours into Monday, Pat. Aye. As this time here it goes for a much more standard setup. So once again, 2-gate open out of ShoWTimE, 2-gate open out of herO. This time herO does have his wall off ready. So he's walling up that ramp. We're settling in. And again, game 1 was very chaotic. We had ShoWTimE initially being aggressive, being assertive. herO, he survived that aggression, he defended well. As we were emphasizing, unfortunately the initial DTs didn't really do much damage, as herO, he had no way to reinforce across the map. There was no War Prism, there was no Proxy Pylon. So ShoWTimE was able to keep up with the DTs, and the game did stabilize eventually, but came down to that one big fight. Big catch. But now double stalker out of ShoWTimE, double stalker out of herO. So far mirrored builds. You can also see that no one is going for a proxy. We have 2 pylons in the main base for ShoWTimE and 2 pylons in the main for herO. So no proxy, no shenanigans, not yet. Last game herO went for a Stargate before expanding. This time he's going for the faster. Gonna be pylon blocked. Okay. We do have the pylon block, but herO should deal with this. Oh, he ignores the pylon. Okay, bold move. Do we let it finish? Does finish. Okay, pylon does complete. herO moves out with his stalkers. Nearby heroes was cancelled. And ShoWTimE can expand. And there it is. Faster base for ShoWTimE. Ooh, and herO's base is going to be heavily delayed. herO going for a robo before expanding, and herO, he can choose. Does he go for another gateway? Does herO turn this into a 1-base all-in? Yep, there it is, gateway. So 3 gates set up, 1 base all in out of herO. I don't believe this was the plan, but because ShoWTimE let the pylon finish, herO was forced into this because herO couldn't expand himself. He couldn't expand, he couldn't take his natural. So 1 base all in here from herO, and ShoWTimE has to deal with kind of the bed that he's made. He's got to sleep in the bed that he's made. There you go. As ShoWTimE, he has yet to scout, yet to confirm. ShoWTimE doesn't know what's going on, but does have a safety shield battery, and ShoWTimE should be fine. Yeah, he's fine. He just bullies back the army. Locks down one of the stalkers. Oh, tries to at least. And pulls back to the shield battery. Here, stalkers are getting very low. They're getting low. Trading 1-to-1. Catching out another Stalker. 2 Stalkers, 3 Stalkers go down. Catching out 3 Stalkers. And again, ShoWTimE so far looking better. He still is not fully aware of how committed herO is. Sorry, ShoWTimE is getting a second shield battery, second pylon. Getting ready to the main base for any kind of War Prism. Remember, herO is all in. And here he has a massive amount of Stalkers. 10 Stalkers! Oh my god. It does try to go for the dive. Force Fields, they will delay. That's a lot of Stalkers with wasted DPS. And hero's holding. Sorry, ShoWTimE's holding. So far, he is holding on. herO going for another wave. ShoWTimE, he has no defensive robo. He has no immortals. These Stalkers are getting very low, and that's going to be 4 Stalkers going down. Oh my god. Yeah, hero's losing too much. hero's losing far too much here. Yeah, the Prism Micro is not good enough, losing even more Stalkers. He's what, down to 6? 6 Stalkers left. Oh my god. Losing another, and ShoWTimE, he's holding without immortals, by the way. Very impressive defense. No. Yeah, 0 miscontrols. He misrallies, losing another Stalker. There's the recall back home. And recalls just in time. Oh, he wants that Prism. Oh my god. Can he get it? What a mass. One more volley. Oh, he gets the Prism. And that's going to be it. That's going to be game. There's nothing left. Remember, herO, he has no expansion. He has no base. ShoWTimE, he's mining. He's saturating his own natural. GG gets called, and ShoWTimE will take the series 2-0, knocking herO out of the tournament. GG. GG, well played, ShoWTimE. He will claim the series. He will knock herO out. Again, herO, when it came to the all-in, as a reminder, he was forced into the all-in. herO did not want to. He wanted to expand. That's why he had no proxy. That's why his robo was delayed. But because of that pylon herO, he was forced into going for the all-in instead. So delayed all in there by herO. ShoWTimE had a very nice defensive setup, really impressive force fields, and again, even without his own defensive robo, without any defensive immortals, he still held on and still outtraded herO. We saw a little bit of miscontrol by herO as well when it came to his War Prism Micro. True, did have some miscontrol, did bleed out some Stalkers, and as he bled out some Stalkers, things were getting better and better for ShoWTimE. GG. GG, well played. Whew. As ShoWTimE does claim the series, does advance on to the grand finals, and with that, who's up next? Who is up next? We have our next semifinals match ready here. It's going to be a best of 3 between Bunny and herO. Let's go. Let us go. As a reminder, I believe this was played during the week when players were they traveling from Thunderfire? I can't quite recall. But Clem, I don't think was a part of this. I think MaxFax went down early. I think he went down in the PvP. So instead, we have an unlikely duo here of Bunny and herO in the semis. I'll be honest, I don't know if Bunny and herO have ever made it this far in said tournaments. Again, typically when it comes to the top players in the WardiTV Mondays, we have players like herO, Cure, Clem, for example, Solar, Shin, MaxPack, ShoWTimE. Those are kind of like the regulars. Bjorn, those are the regulars that we expect. So Bunny and herO is an interesting pairing. But, I mean, hey, even more so than that, herO's out, so we won't have kind of like our regular champions. Typically here, it's like either herO or Clem or MaxPax. Like, those are the 3 that kind of like shift gears or kind of like trade crowns when it comes to WardiTV Mondays. Not this time, though. Not this time, as they're all out. They are all out. But here we go. For now, we're going to be cutting to a very short break. Cutting to a short break, and when we come back, we'll have the upper semis. We'll see you soon with Bunny and herO. See you soon. See you soon.